Well, we're back. We're back for another Pawncast here at the Trading Post, changing up the scenery a little bit.
Yep. Seems like it's been, what, a month, 2 months?
It's been a month.
Yep.
It's been 30 days.
It's hard to believe the year's half over, so.
Dude, you're right, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep, you missed my birthday again.
You don't look a year older, though.
Well, we had to move the camera back so I wouldn't look a year older. What the flip are we talking about today?
We got a whole bunch of topics today. We're going to do a couple little mini topics on the dockets. Price gouging.
And not here. Well, I
No,
have
it's
before,
not
but
here.
not here.
That's not here.
Okay, I just was curious where we was going with that.
So we are not price gouging. Talk about price gouging in certain markets.
Oh, okay. I know where you're going with that.
We're going to do a silver update, precious metals update.
Definitely need to do that. It'll be short, so don't zone out.
Yeah, don't zone out on us. And then we got the doofus of the week, and we're also going to be highlighting our new merch.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
We're
sporting them.
We are sporting them today.
I think we got 2 candidates for doofus of the week. I'm not sure which one I'll pick yet.
It's neither of us.
No, well, we didn't win. It's not in-house this time, so.
That's right. We might have to do 2 segments.
Our updated employee handbook might be working.
That's right.
Well, this week.
Who's counting, right? We're already halfway through.
So what do you want to get into first? We'll just do silver first, knock it out?
Sure, let's do silver first. Precious metals.
Oh.
It's a bloodbath out there.
It is. Yeah, I need more to start with that one.
Well, let's start with the facts. The facts are
Silver's in the toilet.
silver's in the toilet.
Gold's in the toilet. And we want to discuss why, and maybe, well, not what you'd want to do, but what I'm doing to kind of offset that. Because let me preface our precious metals comments by we do not give financial advice.
Oh, yeah.
And in fact, if you take advice from us on precious metals, you'll probably lose it all. So
yeah, let's just preface. We're not giving financial advice. We're just giving life experience of the pawn industry.
there you go. Well put. So where's silver sitting right now in gold? Have you looked lately?
So gold's floating just over 4,000.
And it was high at 54?
54 was the high.
Okay.
Silver's sitting at like 62 at the time of filming.
And I think it was high was in the 120 bracket.
120.
So I guess one thing I want to discuss, and we've discussed this at nauseum, at least I got nauseated talking about it, or thinking about my portfolio. That's probably what nauseated me. What do you do if you're one of the people that bought silver at $100 an ounce or gold at $5,000 an ounce? I'm not sure there's a real good answer to that. Here's the 2 different categories I'd put people into, and we've talked about this. Like when the hype was going on, it's going to hit 150. You won't pay spot. You should speculate because it's going to go up. This right here is prime time why I do not speculate with my business. I have personal silver that I speculate with. I'll hold it. I've got some that I bought $70 and $80. So I'm in the rears too. I'm not quite as bad as some I know that got in at 100, 110. So what I'm doing, and I do the same thing. I learned this in the crypto market. I guarantee you.
Crypto's in the toilet too.
Yeah, it's really bad. My XRP's at $1.09 maybe. Got up to 320. And Brian wasn't smart enough to sell. So full disclosure, I'm in at about 70 cents, but that's not the point. The point is I didn't take any profit.
Right.
So at least when the silver got up, I did take some profit. I learned my lesson from, my crypto market, but I consider myself a hodler. I hold on for dear life. Not necessarily smart if you want to create wealth or make money. But I've been buying every week or two, not a huge amount, but I'll buy a few ounces every week. Same thing I've done with my XRP. I've got some XRP I bought at $2.80. I just keep buying as it drops. And now if I buy down around $1.10 with what I've got invested in my bulk of my basket, I'm not hurt a bit. And that's what I'm going to do with my gold and silver. It's a long-term play. Can I tell you where it's going? I have no freaking idea. It's one of the most corrupt systems that we have.
Yeah.
It's run off paper contracts, derivatives, and speculators.
Yep.
And leverage.
The people, the COMEX, those people that are running it, they're never laying their hands on the silver. They're not laying their hands on the gold. They're doing it on paper.
That's not totally. They do have gold and silver in stock, and they do deliveries every month. But what you're talking about is it's basically boils down to the leverage in the paper contract market, the derivatives. That's what controls the pricing mechanisms. Not that the COMEX doesn't have gold and silver in their vaults. Who knows what the truth is? One month they say they're about out, next month they say they got plenty. And they ship it back and forth.
Yes.
So they just keep changing the rules. They keep changing the rules on the percentage you have to have down for leverage. And they use all that together to control the price. I was watching one of the guys, financial guys online, talking about China's coming out with some new rules on leverage. I don't know if they're totally doing away with it or making you have, if you want to buy 1 million ounces and put leverage 1 million ounces, you should have to have 1 million ounces, because the paper always trumps physical, which is what the average person has. We have physical.
Right. And that's why we're always left holding the bag.
We're always taking it in the shorts.
Yeah.
The big boys always win. The people always lose. I wouldn't have thought it could have got below 60. We got down to 58, I think, 59. They could put it back down to 20 or 30 if they wanted to do it. Now, I think some of the world's pressures might keep from going too crazy, but I go back to a couple of years ago, they run oil to minus $40 a barrel. You couldn't buy it anywhere for that, but you could have bought some contracts, and those guys cleaned up. And they could do the same thing with anything that they control. I don't believe that it's the currencies. Oh, our dollar's stronger. You was talking about that.
Yeah. Like if you look and why is silver down? Why is precious metals down? All the answers they give you is bogus. Oh, it's the new Fed chair. It's the war in Iran's coming to a close, or oh, the U.S. dollar's stronger now. That does not justify silver going from 30 an ounce to 120 an ounce back down to 58 an ounce. That's not a good answer.
The dollar is not stronger compared to the rest of the world. We're the prettiest horse in the glue factory. That's what my dad always says.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I think
hold on. Long-term perspective on the precious metals is a hedge against inflation. Cost average. I wouldn't be a heavy buyer right now if this thing kind of lays out a little bit. I don't know. You don't know how to play the game because we're not, as George Carlin said, we're not in the club.
I think when you go to buy gold and silver, there needs to be a point in mind. Why am I doing this? If you're just jumping on a hype train, and this applies to anything, whether it's true. Silver or certain stock, Nvidia stock or Pokemon cards, when you just jump on the hype train, that's always a dangerous thing. I think if you're sitting there buying precious metals, it should be for one of two reasons. One, it's a hedge against inflation. And B, you could view it as some form of a retirement. You want, at the end of your life, you want something that's there. And I guess you could maybe lump that in as a hedge against inflation.
Yeah.
But what is your goal in buying? If you're just buying in to flip, that's a dangerous game.
But think a year ago when it was I think I was selling it for 28, 30, 32 bucks. If you'd have told me right now $62, I would be pumped about it.
Yeah.
The problem is it went to 120 and drew back 50%.
Yeah.
But it's still a fantastic gain. So if you bought back in the day, just let her ride. But up is always going to be the trend. In theory, the worse things get, the better precious metals will do. But I don't think there's not any such thing as free enterprise. Not in this country. Not anywhere in the world at the moment. They call it free enterprise, but it's freely manipulated. That's what's free about it. And everybody's making bank off of it except for the people that are footing the bill. So I don't know what to tell you for sure. Just don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's enough on gold and silver. I'm tired of that topic.
Yeah.
But anyway, good luck to everybody on that.
Check out the rest later this month.